Hey folks, just getting out for a little while today. Plan on camping, but it ain't gonna happen because it's supposed to start thunderstorming here in a little while. So figure, well, least I can do is get out and do my favorite thing and cook some pork chop and taters. Make sure that's adjusted right. Looks like it's too low. Hang on just a second, folks. Let me get these tater chips on. We may have to adjust, y'all. It sure looks like you're looking too far down. These pork chops here are not store-bought. They came off my neighbor's hog. So, we're gonna see how they did at raising them. Alright, y'all hang on just a second. Let me make sure you adjust it right. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, I believe it's alright. Tell you what, folks. The weatherman says it ain't but 80, I think 88 degrees, but I'm pouring sweat. Oh dang, I almost burned that pork chop up. Golly. Well, it's done, that's for sure. On one side, anyhow. Taters, reckon they doing pretty good. There's a big pile of trash right there. Golly. It's more junk. It's a pile of broken, looks like old windows out of somebody's house. Cable, grease rags, and a big purple bucket thing there. So, guess I'll be taking that with me whenever I leave from here. Just to keep things cleaned up. Oh my goodness, I'm burning up, folks. You know, I heard on the news this morning, and I know you can only believe half of what you hear, but they was talking about some dude going around and killing people here in the U.S. in the name of Allah and for revenge of the U.S. bombing Muslims, I guess, or whatever you call it, terrorists. I'm sorry, let me get that right. Bombing terrorists, and this guy, he's a U.S. citizen, and he's going around killing folks. Well, it ain't been on the news. You know, he's been doing this for apparently a month or so now. And it hadn't been on the news, not that I've seen it anyways. So be vigilant, folks. Be on your toes, because if one's doing it, then others are doing it, and for some reason it's staying hush hush. You know, I'm pretty sure they don't want to, or didn't want to, alarm everybody. Guess maybe that's their reason, I'm not sure, but just be aware of what's going on. Like I said, I'm not sure why it's not being publicly broadcasted until now, except for the fact that they didn't want to alarm everybody. Well, hey, I say by all means alarm me. You know, that's something I'd like to know. But I'm always looking out for such. I'm always watching my back. I mean, I'm not paranoid about anything. I mean, I don't have a reason to be. You know, but that's just the way I've always been. You know, because, well, maybe not always, but when you live in a society these days of what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right, you don't have a choice but to start watching your back. And you know, you got these punk ass kids that are running around doing that knockout game thing and all this crap. You have to watch out for what's going on around you. And then all they get, maybe a little slap on the wrist or something like that. Well, sorry, but I'm not going to slap you on the wrist. You come up and threaten me, you're going to get lead poison. And you're going to get it 3 different ways. Quick, fast, and in a damn hurry. I'm too old and too crippled up, in too damn much pain all the time to be fighting anymore. And I used to love to fight, don't get me wrong. I never started a fight. I've never in my life started a fight. But I'll tell you, there was a time I damn sure didn't back down from one. I didn't run from one. But I'm still dumb enough, I'm not going to run from one now. But I will, if I can, talk my way out of it. And don't get me wrong, there really ain't nothing wrong with running. I'd much rather somebody say, there he goes, instead of there he lays. You know what I mean? But I ain't never had enough of damn sense to run. I always thought, you know, I was unconquerable and couldn't nobody whoop me. But knock on whatever, I've only, I ain't gonna start that, but anyways, I'm just not one to run. That, you know, they always say about the American flag, these colors don't run. Well, this old country boy here don't run. Oh, and granted, it may bite me in the ass one day. You know, that says cold handle, but that's a damn lie. That thing ain't cold a bit. No, I wasn't expecting this to cook this dadgum fast. You know, bear with me. I sure am curious about these pork chops here. I'll tell you something else I'm doing too. I'm cooking on charcoal. I hate cooking on charcoal. I don't like the flavor. But I have got some oak in there also. I found an oak limb over there and broke it up. Maybe that'll help out a little bit. Not really sure. But, yeah, get around here. What I was getting at, folks, you need to keep your eyes peeled and ears open, because this mess is only going to get worse. You know, with these new, they're not really new, but they've been around for a few years. It's just our government finally just let us know about them. ISIS or ISIL, whatever you want to call them. I call them assholes. That sounds pretty close to ISIS. Golly. I just about fell, folks. Sad way to live. And you guys over in the UK, 51 Foxy, uh, uh, Ted. Dang, I just drew a blank. Um, Dang it, what's his... Good little feller. Doggone it, what's his name? Well, heck, he'll know who I'm talking about. He was getting picked on a while back. I think it's when he first started making his videos. He was a super nice guy. I just don't understand why anybody would want to pick on somebody like that. You know, just because somebody is nice, or, you know, a little bit different, or, you know, they like to do for people. You know, people are stupid. You know, they want to take advantage of folks, and use that as a weakness. That's not a weakness. That fella, to me, he's one of the strongest people on earth because he's got a heart. You know. I mean, anybody can be a punk and go out and pick on folks and send nasty messages on their YouTube channel and all that. But it takes a hell of a man to stand up and do what's right. You know, God, dog, I tell you, I'm about to get mad, and I wasn't even planning on all this. You know, I was just gonna come out. You know, I better cut my radio off. This video will get deleted if I don't. Well, I turned it down anyhow. I like that song. Not sure how that works. You know, if you playing your radio in the background, and I think YouTube don't allow it, I think. But I don't mean anything by it. I'm not trying to sell anything or nothing like that. So, you know, that's something else. It's sad. You got to explain every stinking thing you do these days because you're so scared you're going to offend somebody. Golly, man. You know, I mean, 30 years ago, you know, when I was a kid, sure, we made mistakes and done things, but nobody, kids today, they have no morals about themselves. You know, they're just so stinking disrespectful. And hell, it's wearing off on the adults. You know, I mean, I guess if some of the adults are thinking, well, if I can't beat them, I'll just join them. Sorry, I'm not going to be that way. I was not raised to be that way. I didn't raise my children to be that way. Whoa, boy. I left that in just about too long. No, I didn't raise my children to be that way. But sometimes it don't matter how you raise them. They're still going to turn out be whatever they want to be and how they want to be, and for some reason think you owe them something. That's just how kids are these days, you know. You work your ass off and do the best you can to raise them, and then they still, when they get up of age and get a smart mouth on them, think they know everything, but at the same time think you still owe them something. I say grow your ass up. Whoever you are and you listening to this and this pisses you off, well, if it makes you mad, apparently I'm talking to you. Cause that's just how it is, folks. Hey, let me get off here for a minute. Be right back with y'all. Where you at? Alright, I'm back. What were we talking about? Disrespectful kids and terrorists. That's what we were talking about. Terrorists are just as dadgum disrespectful too, you know? Whatever happened to the days of going out in the backyard and fighting out whatever was on your minds, and when you got done fighting about it, it was over. You know? Or whatever happened to the days of when you got your ass whooped by your daddy or your mama, whoever did it. You knew why you got that whooping. You didn't have to be set down and explained to. Now this is what you done, baby. Now, don't do that again. Daddy gonna have to paint. Bull. Oh, man. I'll take her hard. No. When I got my butt whooped, I knew why. And it didn't take many either. It didn't take very many at all. I mean, folks say, I can count on one hand how many whoopings I've had. Well, if I had 100 fingers on one hand, I reckon I could do that. Nah, I'm just kidding. I didn't have to get that many. Them things hurt. But, no, there wasn't no explaining why you got a whooping. Well, you knew what you done. You got your butt tore up. You went off in another room or outside or whatever and pouted about it. A little while and it was over, you know. Ain't like that no more. Parents want to sit down with their kids and explain to them what they done and all this crap. Now don't do that again. I'm gonna take your Xbox away from you or whatever, you know. You know, sometimes I can get a whooping and didn't even know why. For real now. From mama anyways. Daddy, I knew why I got my butt whooped. But sometimes if mama was in a bad mood, like say her and daddy got in a big argument the night before and he gone to work the next day, she's in there sweeping the floor or cooking or whatever, and she's still brewing on that. She come in there, wherever you're at, call you out of the woods. Tony, ma'am, come here. Yes, ma'am. Get up in the yard. She got a big old stick. She just go to whooping the hell out of you. What I do, I don't know. That's just in case you thinking about doing something. Man, pork chop, pretty good. Yeah, they're real good. But there wasn't no little bitty whooping either. You know, I mean, they'd start down here at the ankles and work their way all the way up to your neck. You better not squat, because if you do, it's going to come around your head. That's just the way it was. You know? I mean, yeah, I don't agree with it. Certainly didn't agree with it then, but that's just how it was. But I think good old country ass whoopings, that's what a lot of kids need. I was too scared to talk back to my daddy. That's some good pork chops. It's got a hard to explain. It don't taste like supermarket pork chops or store-bought pork chops, whatever you call it. But they're good. Yeah. And these coward-ass terrorists, you know, they put stuff over their face, ain't showing nothing but their beady little eyes. You can go out and blow folks up and all that. Hey, be a man, you know? Don't hide behind, take your lady's skirt off and wrap it around your face and run out there and, ooh la la, here I am. Nah. I say be a man. Nah, they took chicken shit for that. But days of being a real man, that's over with. Because we can't raise our kids in the way that those of you that are my age and older, we can't raise our kids in the way that teaches them ways of being a man or a lady. You know, that's another thing. These girls today, good grief. You got 12, 13-year-old little girls that are running around dressed like they're 18, 19, 20, whatever. And they even got these little shows on TV, you know, dressing these kids up like that. They just have no morals. Nobody has any morals about them anymore. Go on. Dang. That fly is bothering me. Ugh. But man, them pork chops are good. What I was talking about earlier, the terrorist. I got one thing for your ass. And that's a piece of lead. Right through your head. Bunch of damn cowards. But that's the new normal, folks. I'm glad that I still have the freedom at the moment to still be able to walk around with my weapon. You know, you got these dumbass people that run around, they got AKs thrown over their back and a pistol on one side and a pistol on the other side and a pistol down there, and then walk down the street holding the camera, waiting for the police to come up and say something to them. And then they act like, well, I wasn't doing anything wrong. Well, you stupid ass, you got what you wanted, you know? Yes, it's our right to bear arms. So it's our Second Amendment right. But don't be a fool about it. You know, I carry my pistol. Nobody ever says anything to me. I mean, and I'm sensible about it. You know, if I go into a place like Walmart, grocery store, I leave it locked up in the car, or I pull my shirt over it. You know, because I'm not going to draw attention to myself. Most of the time I just pull my shirt over it. But that's one of the things that's going to make us lose our rights, is people acting stupid like that. You know, they say, well, I'm just exercising my right. Well, you can. But use a little bit of common damn sense about it. Or they say, if we don't use it, we'll lose it. Well, the way some folks are using that right, we're going to lose it. I mean, a lot of countries, Paul, 51 Foxy over there where you're at, well, I don't even think y'all are even allowed to own a gun, are you? But yeah, we can still, at the moment, walk around with ours, and you don't have to have a permit if it's uncovered. Now, if I untuck my shirt and pull it over my pistol, then you have to have a permit. I think it's stupid, but I mean, I do have a concealed carry, but open carry, you're allowed to do it. Some cities have ordinances against open carry. But that's not supposed to, what do you call them, supersede the Constitution. I don't know. If I know somebody's got an ordinance like that, I don't argue with it. You know, it's stupid. You just pull your shirt tail out and cover it up. You know, it's that simple. Save yourself a whole bunch of trouble. The end. But right there got a little bit too done. Still good though. But be aware of what's going on around you, folks. Even over there in other countries where some of you folks is at. Be aware. You know, everybody was so scared yesterday. Yesterday was 9/11. A lot of things was all hyped up. Some of our top military officials was on the news saying stuff was gonna happen, and nothing ever happened. I'm glad it didn't, but we just live in fear all the time because of a bunch of damn cowards. You know? Go on! Yeah. If I got a problem with somebody, I go to that person. With my head uncovered. Well, my face uncovered. I wear my hat all the time. Very sad. I mean, that's the first thing I put on when I wake up in the morning. Don't know why. It's just the way it is. And the last thing I take off at night. Sometimes I don't even take it off. Or you wake up and just lay it on the floor, or way down to foot of the bed under the covers. That's mine. I can wear it if I want to. These taters, they ain't worth a flip. I used old cheap cooking oil. I run out of my olive oil. And all I had with me in my box was some old cheap cooking oil. I think that's what did it. But they'll still sustain life. I sure wish it wasn't gonna rain or storm. A little bit of rain I wouldn't mind, but there's supposed to be some severe thunderstorms coming in. It's getting some dark clouds all around me. I really wanted to stay out here for a couple of nights. I got a dog, Rhodesian Ridgeback. Her name is Dixie. She's about 11 or 12 years old. Love that dog. But she's diagnosed with heartworms. And then the treatment can kill her or it can cure her. As old as she is, she stands a better chance of being killed than cured. And man, that's all bone right there. So I've been weighing, and it's expensive. It's very, very expensive. So I've been weighing, do I just let the family spend what time we got with her, or do I take my chances and hope that she makes it through the treatments? And it's extremely painful, the treatments are. They have to give them a shot down in their spine, and got that gum tick on my plate. Huh. But yeah, the way they treat heartworms, you shove a needle straight down in the or not in the spine, but in the muscle right beside the spine, and deep. I think it's like an 18 gauge needle. And then they go deep in the muscle, and they keep them for a couple of days, and then they give them another shot on the other side of the spine, deep in the muscle. And the vet says it's extremely painful for the animal. I don't want Dixie to have to go through all that. She's too old. She sure has been a good dog, though. Well, she's still a good dog. Poor old thing. She can't get up and run no more. Well, occasionally she has good days, but for the most part, you know, she can't even hardly walk anymore. Every once in a while she'll have a good moment. She'll play for a couple of minutes, and then she's give out. Poor old thing. Oh man, I brought my silverware. Well, I guess I've rambled on long enough. Oh, I reckon I've rambled on long enough. I'm gonna get off here. And I got one more pork chop to eat over there. Now I'm gonna go down there and sit by the river for a little while. Damn, my ice melted already. And then I reckon I'll go home. Maybe. We'll see. Alright, taters. I'll talk to y'all later. Oh yeah, wait a minute. There's all that darn trash I gotta clean up. Some butthole dumped out right there. And it goes all the way out there. Yeah. I think everybody knows I'm gonna clean it up. That's why they dump it. Okay, folks, the end.